Hey yo, what's good? It's Bodega Bams, and we listen to SpeakerBox X with B-Riv on 99.1 FM Downtown Radio.
You're listening to KTDT Tucson. We're 99.1 FM, Downtown Radio, the antidote to corporate radio. You're now tuning into SpeakerBox X, Subterranean Hip Hop in Effect with your host V-Riv. We have a very special guest in the house. He goes by Ajani Jones. Where are you born and raised? Let's go ahead and start out with that question.
Born and raised south side of Chicago.
How was it being born in south side of Chicago? How's the music scene there? How are things?
Well, so when I entered the scene in the south side, around like 2014, 2015, the scene was more so still kind of living off of drill.
Okay.
You know, people like G Herbo, Lil Bibby, they still had their hands on that part of the scene. So my type of music wasn't really celebrated in that part of the city.
Okay.
And so I ventured off into the north side where, you know, people like Chance the Rapper, Mick Jenkins, No Name, Saba, they were flourishing on that side, and I felt like I was similar to their style. So you know, I kind of ventured away from the south side music scene, you know. But it was still, you know, great to grow up there. Taught me a lot of different things.
Nice. That's beautiful. What type of music and/or artist played a major role in your adolescent years?
In my adolescent years, it started out with like the popular music, the music that, you know, everyone loved. You know, you had 50 Cent back in the day. I wrote my first rap after hearing Red Light District by Ludacris and 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying. And you know, my mom, she made sure, she was a keen believer in history, you know, so she made me go back and listen to all the old music, all the music that was that kind of made hip hop and shaped it. So Slick Rick, you know, people like him, people like Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
So I kind of just did my homework. Nas and Jay-Z became some of my favorite rappers amongst that time, and I just would study their lyrics, and you know, it kind of drove me to, you know, just want to get better at it.
Yeah, for sure. What album from Nas is your favorite?
It's not gonna be the popular one, I can tell you that. I'll probably say Lost Tapes, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Lost Tapes. Have
I
you
like.
ever heard it?
Oh no, I've heard it was written. I mean that or Illmatic actually. Illmatic is one of my still favorites. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Lost Tapes was an album that he like, I don't think he like officially released it, but
Yeah.
it was something that I get to think it got leaked, and some of my favorite Nas tracks are on that album. So yeah.
Sweet. No, that's dope. That's dope. So what inspired the creation of the album Dragonfly?
I think what inspired Dragonfly was the inherent need for growth and progress, and I wanted to use photosynthesis as a way to symbolize that. I wanted to use the evolution of a butterfly or a dragonfly to symbolize what we all go through in the state of evolution. We all grow, or we don't. And I wanted to show the people that listen to music in the city and even beyond the city that I was more than just a rapper. You know, that I can write music, I can write choruses, I can make a really good song. And I was trying to prove it to myself more than anything, but
Yeah.
I was trying to prove that I had grown since my last project. That was pretty much the whole thing. So it started out with Cocoons, and then it goes to Dragonfly. So it's just kind of like a two-parter, you know.
Cool. So when did hip hop enter your life? How did it enter your life?
Hip hop into my life at around 10. It's when I first remember it. My mom played. The first song I remember in my memory was "Many Men" by 50 Cent, and just from that point forward, I just think that it was like, okay, I need this. Whatever this is, I need it in my life. So
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. Awesome. We're gonna go ahead and take a musical break. I'm gonna go ahead and play the track called Lucid, and this is off Ajani Jones' album called Dragonfly.
I've been reaching for energy. Who the heck the scene so stupid? Keep clear the poster you get. In love with these demons, use bit. Getting clear as we follow it blindly. Kamikaze, man, we waiting for timing. This is shining. Yeah, it's Johnny. Man on fire, think I'm Ricky Bobby, I do this. Feel like I'm caught in the movie secluded. What was in a tootie, no Oscar, I'm lucid. Around cover the earth with my mucus. I was just spitting this hit for my mutis. Tightness ain't anyone moving them gladys. Soulful, howl at the moon and manic. I think that it's 5 in the morning, I'm rapping. Mama be calling, she saw my bank balance. She wondering how I'm gon' manage. I'll probably be fine. Just paint on the canvas and ran it. Man, if the system erased me, I'm damaged. The white girls over races, I'm planning. Then waking up to all types of this madness. Who my niggas? I don't got space for no time limits, but I just be cool and feel like I see patterns. I'm lucid, so lucid tonight. Seeing patterns confusing my eyes. I've been feeling so lucid tonight. Never know what I'm going to find, right? Just give me the lights and the joke, yeah. I've been reaching for family. Took the time for the challenge, I can't be. I was growing the hope in my mama house. Ain't no gimmicks, no time for a scrimmage. I stepped to the play with my mind on the go. Think too much, feel like Clifford DeVoe. You like me too prominent, rappers no vote. Rappers delight, I get half of the pint and I kick it. Life is a movie, but it's never scripted. 10 years old, saw my grandfather get lifted. Back to the best show that I never could finish. Stay on the run on the Guinness, I pin it. We all been black enough, y'all do not rapping up bodies, I stack them up. They passed the hurt to them, I couldn't work for them, never. Just doing this better. Look, all of this time, they say that we knew to this. Why they be acting so hooligan? They say that I'm rude again, you would be stupid to move with this. I can't be the torch for my country. Feel it whenever it's sunny. I swear that it's stunning, and I don't feel like running. I'm standing next to death, maybe next to me, this cousin, you lose it. Come to the south side and trap, you use it. I was by Ashland, live off of Loomis. Didn't abast it, niggas recruited. I'm just gon' spaz and show what I'm ruling. Feel like Wakandan, I'm just gon' tune in with my niggas. And I don't got space for no time limits, but I just be cool and feel like it's he got us, I'm losing like. I've been feeling so lucid tonight. Seeing patterns confusing my eyes. I've been feeling so lucid tonight. Never know what I'm going to find, right? Just give me the lights and the joke,
Here comes the tales of the dragonfly. They try to spin web of lies, but really they can't deny who the kid is. Maybe they can see it coming quickly. I seen too many niggas transform, I'm with Wiki. get with me if you have to. Maybe you can pass through, but maybe I can pass you a blunt. And then I pass through into another dimension. That's when I rap, they know. Maybe that's why I'm on Fox News, you know I'm national. That I'm coming back with sicker flows. Maybe they can see me as the nigga that would kick the doors. They stereotype and stereotype. I couldn't peach. I know you gotta ask, but maybe I could be discreet. Maybe I could go in the street and tell my people what the truth is, cause you know when it's me. It's Ajani Jones, southeast from the Stony. Now I smoke on that crony that have you low key.
Dragonfly.
You're listening to 99.1 FM Downtown Radio, the antidote to corporate radio. You're now tuning into SpeakerBox X, subterranean hip hop in effect with your host V-Riv. We just played the track called Lucid, and that was off the album called Dragonfly by Ajani Jones, and we have him in the studio, so we're just chopping it up. I really enjoy the track Lucid. Tell me, what's the backdrop story to that album or that track?
To Lucid?
Yeah, Lucid.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, for Lucid, I was in the studio with Drake Connor, the guy who produced the song, and all night we were missing. It was all night. He played a beat, and I was like, nah. And then I told him, I was like, play a beat like this, and I gave him a reference. And the first song he played, and then the piano goes dun dun dun. I was like, wait, all right, this is it right here. And it was the way my process works. I don't really walk around the studio screaming, and I'm very quiet, very reserved, and I was writing for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then I was like, all right, let's record, and I just recorded it, and I went in the booth and I had written both verses, but I didn't have a hook, so I just freestyled the hook, and afterward we were like, yo, this is special, like we gotta come back to this, and it ended up being my most popular song, and there was no like giant story behind it. I just think that I think it was the energy that motivated that song, to be honest.
Okay. And the name Lucid, so do you lucid dream, or what gives to that name Lucid?
Yeah, I mean that as well as like there have been moments where in the studio I feel like I've astral projected. Like when I hear a beat, it's kind of like I go outside my body and I'm just like not even there anymore, and I just feel like I'm in that moment. I'm like, wow, like that's how I felt when I heard that beat, and so that's why the hook goes, I've been feeling so lucid tonight. You know, it's like just how I felt. You know? Yeah,
for sure. Your track, Black Power Ranger. That's a super dope track. What inspired you to write that track?
So I'm a big fan of Power Rangers. I used to watch Power Rangers every morning at Saturday. Every Saturday morning, I'm sorry. I think it was around 11 a.m. it would come on, or around 12. It would come on right after Sonic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And my favorite was the Black Power Ranger, because he was like always kind of like the rogue Power Ranger. He was like the strongest. Besides the White Ranger and the Gray Ranger, which they were always the best too, but the Black Power Ranger was always like top dog. He was even better. He was better than Red to me. And so when my brother got of age, he's 13 now. When he got a little older, I introduced him to it, and he was like, "You should make a song about the Power Rangers." And I was like, "All right, let's do it. I got you." And I don't know. When I was in the studio, I told Aiden, I told him like, yo, like, let's make something for people to dance to. And as soon as he started, I was like, Black Power Ranger. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And so it really just worked itself out from there, kind of just freestyled the rest of the song. And, you know.
No, yeah, it's very enjoyable. I really enjoyed it. I'm a Power Ranger fan too. I like the Yellow Ranger. But yeah, so yeah, that's cool though. I like the Power Rangers. They're dope. So what's your opinion on the state of hip hop? Is it going through an emergency, a renaissance? What's your take on it?
I think that hip hop went through a hibernation. I think think that everything that's happened this year has caused a lot of people to go back into their respective caves and recreate. A lot of people might have come into the year expecting to drop something with a lot of energy, probably wanting to be, probably wanting to bring heaviness to the culture. But I think what the world needs right now, what hip hop needs right now, is more of a sensitive feel, more of something with awareness and something with health in mind. Because more than ever, mental health and physical health have become a priority amongst the people. I think we should prioritize that as artists, because we are essentially the healers of Sonics, and the healers amongst people that live every day, and our music is a soundtrack to their lives, and they deserve something that will help them make it through this time. And even us making it through this time has been tough, because our streams of revenue have been cut down. Our opportunities have been cut down also. So we feel what other people feel, people that work every day, 9 to 5s that don't create art. They want to know that there's somebody out there that feels what they feel, and it can illustrate that and give them some semblance of hope within that, in their message. So I think that's kind of what this year has meant to hip hop. It's not an emergency. I would just say it's more like, sandy cheeks hibernating.
Yeah, well put. Yeah, I really do think there should be more tracks about health and mental health. That's true. Like the only song that comes to mind was by Dead Prez, and it was like that track called "Eat Healthy" or something like that. It was like, oh, you gotta eat healthy, drink more water a day. They say I forgot how many ounces, but he said, yeah, you gotta start eating healthy. That's the only song that comes to mind about like eating healthy. Was that track by Dead Prez. But we definitely need more artists to talk about health and like different aspects of health. So yeah, for sure. So your EP called Kenya. What inspired the creation of that EP? What was going on in your life at the time?
So I think as I was starting music, what was important to me was to stay and remain true to my roots. And I always had in mind for one day to make an album named after my mother, and her name is Kenya. And she taught me so many things. She was my hero, and I wanted the album to embody her spirit and her energy that she's passed upon me. And I wanted the energy that she passed upon me to be able to shine through within the tracks that I made. And unfortunately, because of how COVID worked out, I wasn't able to make it an album, but I did make it an EP, and I wanted to make it short, concise, and I wanted someone to take away from it. If anything you could take away from it is to love and show love always, and that's what she always taught me. And so that was really the basis of the album. I mean, not the album, the EP.
The EP.
just to give people love, show people that whether it's a relationship, whether it's loving yourself, whether it's loving the people around you, it's important to do those things, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Yourself, your family, and the one and your significant other, the one you would love if you have one. So,
for sure.
Yeah, that was really the basis of the album, the idea of it.
Okay, cool. We're gonna go ahead and take a musical break. I'm gonna go ahead and play your track called Black Power Ranger, and that's off your album called Dragonfly, and it's by Ajani Jones.
Who is your favorite Power Ranger?
Black.
got stripes from all of these wars, and you got time. That's what they telling me. So what you selling me? Say it was in a way. Haters gonna hate it. We just on the wave. Black Power Ranger. Danger. Don't fall from the sky. Clouds won't save you. Hope you down to fly, and I won't wait good. And me and you collide, and you my favorite. Hope time is on my side. Two times in the fleet. Walk around at the beach, up north, over east. Niggas so jealous, shit come off. Get a priest, get a prophet, a piece for the gold you can reach. Run around, I don't scoff at the heat. I get clutch in the lead, Brennan Roy with the 3. Shimmy, yeah, I don't talk to police. I don't know what the speeds of your love's gonna be. Angels all on my phone. I got stripes from all of these wars. That's what they telling me. So what you selling me? Say it was in a way. Haters gonna hate it. We just on the wave. Black Power Ranger. Fall from the sky, clouds won't save you. Hope you down to fly, and I won't wait good. And me and you collide, and you my favorite. Hope time is on my side. Danger. Don't fall from the sky, clouds won't save you. Hope you down to fly, and I won't wait good. And me and you collide, and you my favorite. Hope time is on my side.
You're listening to 99.1 FM Downtown Radio, the antidote to corporate radio. You're now tuning into SpeakerBox X, subterranean hip hop in effect, with your host V-Riv. We just played the track called Black Power Ranger from the album Dragonfly by Ajani Jones, and we've been chopping it up. We just talked about the EP Kenya, and the EP Kenya was inspired by his mother, which is very sweet of you, because that's always a cool thing to do for, like, you know, our parents. So definitely enjoyed that, and we're gonna keep on diving into the mind of Ajani Jones. I really enjoyed the track Kids. How did that come together?
Yeah, that's my favorite song on the project. That song was a reflection track. That song was kind of about me going back, like, man, like, I can't believe right now I'm in the process of, you know, thinking about buying my first house, and or, you know, thinking about moving away from the city. Just a couple years ago, I was hoping to be somebody important in my city, and I'm not a kid anymore. I'm officially an adult, and realizing that takes a little bit longer than I thought it would. Paying bill. I've been paying bills for a long time now, but I still felt like a kid. I still felt like I had, you know, that youth feel to me. Felt like I had so much more time to kind of mess around, but realizing recently that I don't, it wasn't a bad thing. It was like, okay, well, let me reflect on my life. And I realized that my childhood wasn't so bad. And, you know, being an adolescent, as tough as that always is for anyone, it wasn't so bad. It's really just the phases of life. And as cool as the world can be, as cool as young kids can be, we all have that one special thing that makes it all worthwhile. And it's the spirit. It's the spirit to be able to make it through anything. The will drives you to be whatever you want to be. I've seen so many people have success just through the spirit taking them to those places, seeing them get to where they need to be just based on those things inspired me. And that's why I was like, man, like I'm not a kid anymore. Like this is great. Like life felt like it moved slow at sometimes, but my stepdad told me, like, on my first day of high school, he said, don't blink. Because 4 years is gonna fly. And he was not wrong. And college went like that too. And after college, 4 years went like that. So it's just it's wild. You know, I guess that song, what I want people to take away from is that take every moment, live and love it. You know, in the moments that even suck, take it in stride, don't dwell on it, try to fix it, and keep moving, because time is not gonna wait for you to appreciate what you have. You gotta do it now.
For sure. Do you have a creative space or a place you go to that allows you to dive into your creative mind with ease?
Well, yeah, I mean, the studio is the only place I really do that. I used to spend a lot of time in my room, kind of collecting my thoughts and writing, but my room became more of a sacred space for me to appreciate myself, because I spent so much time here during quarantine. I couldn't write here anymore. You know, yeah, you kind of just feel like, no, this is my space to decompress. So, the studio space is where I go to just let my mind loose. I don't speak too much when I'm in there, unless I want to have conversation, and those conversations in turn inspire me. But otherwise, I am deep within myself when those beats are playing, when those sounds are going, and I let it loose. And a lot of the producers that I work with, they don't even hear what I'm going to be rapping about until I'm rapping into the mic. I know it might seem a little bit like weird, but it's just the way I've always been, I guess. You know, sometimes people try to lean over and look at my lyrics, and I'm like, whoa, boundaries. But it became that way because for me, it's like releasing demons, releasing pain, releasing all of these things. You want to keep that to yourself until you spit it into that mic. That's what the art form has become for me. So, yeah.
Oh, dope. Okay, cool. So tell me, what do you do during your free time? Like, what movies, books, magazines, podcasts have you been reading and or listening to lately?
So in my free time, I like to do a lot of things lately. So I'm really into poker. So if anyone plays poker, hit me up. You can find me at Instagram. Hit me up. We can play together. I love poker. Big fan. I also play video games. Big fan of Madden, Call of Duty. I like FIFA as well, but I didn't buy this year's. I'll buy next year's though. I skip years with FIFA, but so video games, poker. I'm also a really big fan of history. So I have YouTube pages that I go to, and I just listen to history facts all day. So
nice.
That's it's because my mom is a historian. She got her master's in history. So one day she took me to her French Revolution class, and I learned about the French Revolution. And for some reason, I was interested in the guillotine, and they did a lot of guillotining back then. So I was like, well, this is wild. Let me look up some more history. And history is stupid, crazy, wild. The worst people you can imagine got away with the most heinous things back then. For some reason, it interests me because you kind of look at more evolved phases of who those people were today. That's and cool. So you know who I'm talking about. So so yeah, those are the things that I'm into right now. I like reading also, but my attention span's gotten worse. So I kind of do the audiobook thing now.
Oh yeah, go for it. What audiobooks have you been listening to?
So The Subtle Art of Not Giving. Can't say the word, but you know.
I've heard about it. I have not read it, but I've heard about it. Yeah. How is it? Is it
Yes. Great.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, a friend of mine told me about it a while back because I was feeling a certain way. She's like, you need to learn how to not give a F. I was like,
Yeah.
and she's like, there's a great book called Not Giving. I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, I'll look in. I just never got a chance, but I'll look into it. I've been hearing about that book. So what are some of the
Really?
steps of not giving an F?
Well, it's just like one of the chapters is literally stop trying, is what they say.
Okay.
And but what they mean by that is stop trying so hard to impress people. Stop trying so hard to do things for the external world. Do things for yourself. They don't benefit you. They don't benefit you or benefit your values. Then why is it around you? And that's so important because once you let go of those things, you push so much negativity out of your life. And that's why my circle got smaller. And it's small because
same here.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we go through the struggle. Yeah, I feel like artists, people that are in, the art world, it's sad, but you have to, sometimes you outgrow some of your friends and, and they, you just have to move on. And it's a sad reality, but at the same time, they kind of been holding you back, in some way. And so you just gotta have to learn how to cut those ties when they have to be cut. But it's hard though. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing.
Yeah, it's tough because you want to continue to build people up. But the thing is, if you try to build someone and they don't want to build with you, there's nothing left you can do, I don't want to, sure. This would be a terrible time to reference the pyramids because they were built by slaves, but like, I'm going to give you this analogy. So if I'm building a pyramid with you, we're bringing the blocks together and you be like, all right, well, you built the blocks, I'm going to make the blocks. Well, I can't take the blocks to the top of this pyramid by myself, so I'm gonna do it all without you, or I'm gonna do it with you.
No, for sure. Yeah, I had to learn that the hard way. Like I've had to cut some people. My circle got smaller too. But it's just kind of one of those things where I had to do it. It has to be done because if not, you're not gonna ever grow, and they're not gonna ever learn their lesson either. Because you're like, bro, I'm trying to help you, but if you don't want to see that I'm helping you, not giving me that respect, well, I don't need you. You know what I mean? Like it has to be mutual respect always. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. We're going to go ahead and take a musical break. I'm going to go ahead and play the track called Kids, and that's off Ajani Jones' EP called Kenya.
In this empty mansion, I wonder what they pay this shit. The only time I've been inside, and normally don't say this shit, is I came from the streets, walked into a scholarship. Way before I smoked a blunt, I was loafing, chasing chicks, steady running late for class. Got no watch up on my wrist. I was interested in jazz, class at 3,000 my ish. With no money in my pocket, I promise I flex a bit. Cause I work for them, so they comp every single drink I get. That was back in 2012. Drill was claiming highest honor. We was seeing better days. We was under Chief Obama. Still these women love Sosa, and chance at 10 days. I'm smoking by the river, tripping on a Wednesday. Dinner on the west side, swear that was the best side. Athletes in the corner, baddies on the left side. Spitting game, I probably bet a good 250. That's good enough, cause when I'm in, I promise you I'm gritty. I go wherever you go. You're not a kid no more. Think about my journey from rapping at house parties to getting checks and earnings. Split the check with my best friend. I hope we always moving it. Could never let this industry take my family and ruin it. I'm true to this since 16. Mama bought a microphone, screaming late at night, and she next door. Yeah, we was right at home. She taught me about police and mass incarceration. Taught me how to spot a racist cop. It's hard to fake it. Ashamed, but it saved me. She taught me how to sound. Now I notice the difference in tone when I open my mouth. How the world shifts in ways when you talk about some real issues. Tell me how you feel. Dealing with my illness, mentally I was stranded. Looking for my identity, clinging to meditation. It took place of the Trinity. Divinity was real to me whenever I would dream. Now I understand the purpose of passion and what it brings. What you mean, like go. You're not a kid
You're listening to 99.1 FM, Downtown Radio, the antidote to corporate radio. You're now tuned to SpeakerBox X, subterranean hip hop in effect, with your host V-Riv. We just played the track called Kids off the EP called Kenya by Ajani Jones, and we've been chopping it up. He told us about the book the audiobook he's been listening to, which is the art of not giving an F, right? That's what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's really interesting because that's a book I've been hearing that I should read, so I'm probably gonna have to check it out now for sure. Would you like to share a personal experience or something most people don't know about you?
Something people don't know about me. Personal experience. Interesting. Nobody's ever asked me that. I usually have a quick answer.
You're pretty good at your wit. No, you
are. So a very unique experience that I had was going to Arizona. I went there with my family. It was a family reunion kind of deal. We were going to be driving from Arizona to California next day, and I was in the desert. We were literally at the edge of the desert. There's a hotel at the edge of a desert. There's a Taco Bell next to it, and then there's a gas station next to that. And looking back on it, I wish I had some acid with me, but I didn't. Anyway, I stood at the edge of the desert, and I kind of just looked off into the distance. And in that moment, I realized like how beautiful life was, and I was just kind of like taking it back. And then a wolf walked up on me. A wolf. Yeah, a wolf. Walked up on me, and it didn't get too close, but I wish I could explain better the scenery of it. But imagine cacti everywhere, and out of nowhere comes just one lone wolf. That scenery I'm trying to recreate in raps, but I can never do it. And all I gotta say is, y'all, like, Arizona is such a beautiful place. If you ever get the chance to go to Arizona, you should. But you want to go to like Tucson or Yuma or like something like that. If you want to party, go to Scottsdale. But like Arizona, like has since become like one of my favorite places to be. So like that's one of the like most unique experiences I ever had. Ollie, I wasn't really that scared of the wolf because like, I mean, it just like looked at me and walked away, and I was like, all right, cool. As long as you didn't show them teeth, we're good. You know.
Pretty dope though. How did it look like? How was that? You didn't fear it? Did it like, was it like, what kind of like fur did it have on? I'm kind of curious. That's pretty cool.
So all right, so peep this. It wasn't white fur. It was like darker fur for sure. It's like darker fur.
Yeah.
And it kind of just like when it walked around the cactus, it just like looked at me and just like kept walking away like it had been around humans forever. And I was like, I don't know about this. Like, why are you out here? You're like, this is the desert. Like, what's going on here? Like, it was really confusing. Like, I felt like I was in a dream or something. But it kind of reminded me of, in a small way, if anyone has ever seen Death, Love, and Robots, the episode when they got stuck in the desert, and at nighttime the entire sky lit up, and there was the land of the Dead Sea kind of came alive. Just go look at that. It's on Netflix. Love, Death, and Robots. That's kind of how it felt though, that in encapsulated in that episode.
Yeah. So did you ever check out what that could have meant? Like, because I know there's like dictionary, or not dictionaries, but I would say like people that try to explain phenomenon like that. Like when you see an animal, it means like a wolf, or when you see a cat, like a black, you know what I mean, like a black cat or whatever, like it means something. Did you ever look it up, see what that meant, like your encounter with the wolf? Like, because usually it means something about like something you're going through, an experience or something.
Right. So after that, I thought that wolf had to be my spirit animal. It's not, unfortunately. But I did look it up. I was like, it has to be my spirit animal, my spirit guide or something. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't, and I was a little bit disappointed in that. But it's all good because I think that I think wolves symbolize wisdom and knowledge, and to interact with that, I took it as me just continue to seek knowledge. Don't let yourself fade into obscurity in your mind, because the power is all within your mind, and it's all your power to be able to manifest and to make things happen in your life is within that. So I took it away as don't let your mind dry up. Feed it water.
Oh, wow.
It's like you were saying earlier.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. So your track, Lula. Now, how did that track come together? That was a good one.
I was working with Bohouse in the studio, and up until this point, I made a song about my mom, my baby brother Ajani, and I wanted to make a song for my sister. She was going through a tough time at home. You know how teenagers do. They have a tough time. If you sneeze,
Fireballs.
So I just wanted to let her know that she's loved, that we love her, we have her back unconditionally, and that song was for her to be able to just go back to, and when she looks back on it, know that the people that was in her life always had her best interests at heart and always love her. Getting SOS on it, that's my homegirl, that's my sis. We had just started working together, and I was like, I have a song for you. Would you mind singing on it for me? I had already written the hook and everything. And she came on and she killed it, and it worked out perfectly as the outro to the project, because it starts out with the older generation, my mother, who she went through all of this turmoil and all these things to be able to raise me as a good human being, and she's now raising her heir, her next generation, and she's smarter than me. She's gonna be better than me at everything. She already can cook better than me, can do all these things better than me, and I just want energy that men can't even dream of having. Y'all have so much more to give, and I want her to understand that. Give to the universe. Don't give to people that will take your energy away from you. Give to
100.
yourself, empower yourself, and give more to things that feed your spirit. And that's what that whole song is about.
That's beautiful, man. That's awesome. That's really meaningful. I like that. That's dope. We're going to take a musical break. I'm gonna go ahead and play the track called Lula, and that's off Ajani Jones EP Kenya. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a listen.
Hey Lula, I'm writing this with love. I watch you as a baby girl, you was pure as a dove. You cried every day, anything can make you fuss. Had to have it your way, but that's just the way it was. And I loved every second, cause I always had pain. You know I was the outcast, I cried every day. So I lied in my place of rest and watched you from afar. I never really showed you much attention, I was odd. But I always watch you walking down the street to hit the park. I kill for you cause I know how it get outside the dark. Sometimes we went to Stony just to hang with Auntie Vaughn. She always had the grits and eggs on cap, that fish is bomb. I never asked you what you wanna be when you get older. Now I know, can never get as close that I come closer. The effort that I show, you know that really just my sign. Aquarius is hell, yet I love so much is crime, so sublime. But I find your mind and heart is so amazing. Now many rappers talk about their sisters, they don't say it. But I did a lot with you in mind, I thought about your future. And died a lot when I realized I wouldn't be a hooper. So I clung to the songs that could move, heal, and prosper. We never liked church, mama taught us different options. A lot we gotta talk about it, yet I feel this pressure. You already passed me, but I wanna make you better. Through all of this pressure, you got all my love. I probably don't measure, cause you are so loved. If ever I catch up, together we rise. Let's get on that level, together we cry. Recently I got in tune with things that really break your spirit. You feel like mom is harder on you when you argue with Quentin. Feel like it's a difference, like you not really free. Let's take it back some time so that you can really see. See, mama was alone, she was running around with me. While she trying to keep her job, car stolen off the street. Really was just a child, still growing every day. She protected me from life that I was glad I couldn't face. And when you came around, she was stronger than the highest. Got a college degree, you might as well call her your highness. She made herself a company and got the highest praise. She did it all with every prejudice that she can face. No disgrace, she's an Army Reserve, got discharged, she was tough. You remind me of a spirit, you remind me of a punch. Cause you harder in the head, but you softer with your heart. It was simple as a child, she gon' love you, that's her part. Never doubt what she say because she been through it. She taught you how to use your brain and you still use it. You know I love you when you got so much potential. But power in this love is the thing I hope you get to. You live in the trees, the flower, the ground, the leaves. To receive what you bring is more valuable than a ring. Gold and nickel, silver plated. Every day still waiting for a call. You to tell me you understand. She gon' ride for you, I hope you feel this, fam. I know I made mistakes, but I can change this, man. You know without you, I probably wouldn't be rapping. It's to the middle child, go let them know what happened.
All of this pressure you got on my love, I probably don't measure, cause you are so low. If ever I catch up, together we ride. Let's get on that level, together we cry.
You're listening to 99.1 FM, Downtown Radio, the antidote to corporate radio. You're now tuning into SpeakerBox X, subtraining hip hop in effect, with your host, V-Riv. We just played the track called Lula from Ajani Jones' EP called Kenya. There's a beautiful story behind it. It was he dedicated that to his sister. So I think that's really an awesome thing to do. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. Let's go and keep digging or diving into the mind of Ajani Jones. So the message, now I understand, like, what's your message behind like the EP cover for Kenya? That's your mother, correct? Is that your mother?
My mother and me,
Yeah.
yes.
Sweet. So the whole EP was in dedication of your mother. Is she from Kenya? I'm just curious. Is there no connection? I'm not. Is there a connection or no connection?
I don't think she is from Kenya.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, that's something that I'm actually in the process of learning right now, the history of my ancestors and where we're from. I've heard like small details, but I want to do the Carfax on it, because I would really like to be in tune with my my heritage and my tribe of where I'm from, and it means a lot to me. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So that track that you made called Kiwi, that's a dope track. So how did that come about? What's the story behind that track?
So the songs like that and Black Power Ranger, they happen in moments in my life when someone introduces me to something or gives me an idea. And the thing with Kiwi was, the reason why it was even named Kiwi is because I had just gotten into this like crazy fruit craze. I was eating fruits all the time. I was eating kiwi and strawberry, which is so amazing. I was eating kiwi and strawberries all the time. And I was dating someone, and we would just eat strawberries and kiwis and watch Criminal Minds. And it was so fun. It was a fun experience in my life. And that's when I heard the beat when it first came on. That's what that moment in my life felt like. So I wanted to crystallize it in time. And so that's how that song came together.
Nice. Beautiful. So I have another question for you. This is just a fun question. What food can you not live without if the apocalypse were to happen?
Can I not live without?
Yeah, can you not? If the apocalypse were to happen, what's one food you want to have stock?
In stock.
Yeah.
See, this is a multi-layered question because we gotta break it down by. Are we talking snacks? Are we talking like dishes? Are we talking? You know what I'm saying? Like.
So, like, if the apocalypse were to happen, what's one food you're like, God, I have to have that in stock somehow? Like, I have to have that in stock. It could just be a snack really, or it could actually be a food. It depends if you like. A lot of people like canned food. A lot of people like top ramen. It just depends, you know.
I want to say beef patties.
Oh, okay.
Jamaican beef
Beef
patties, jerk beef patties. Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a
And
good one.
if you are not vegan and you like meat, Jamaican beef patties, you gotta have them. If you have not have them, you are tweaking.
Nice, nice. Funny. Okay, so I enjoyed the track Manifest. What was happening in your life at the time you created that track? I feel like that was a very personal track, Manifest.
Hmm.
So yeah, what inspired you to create that track?
I think for the last couple years, my mantra has been manifest everything. So every day of my life, I'm moving uh, the with the message to myself um, to visualize and execute based on steps in your life. So everything that happens to you is your fault. Everything, or if
Sorry.
external forces that you can't control, there's nothing you can do about that. Everything else, though, you can control. The decisions you make are on you. So uh, you have the power to kind of steer when it comes to certain things in your life. You can make anything happen. So uh, I started believing that a long time ago when I got into metaphysics and spirituality. So I kind of took that on, and from there, I was like, let's make a song about it, and let's make it very simple so that people can understand exactly what I'm saying. And that's how the song came about. And I think when the song did come out, I had made it. I think I made it about 2 years ago, to be honest with you. But it came out this year because you know how it works
Yeah.
when you're like, oh, it's not the right time to drop it. But I felt like
Yeah.
what better time than when I did. So
No,
that's
for
how it
sure,
came
for
about.
sure. Yeah. Speaking of manifesting and what can we do to make the world better? I know it's like a very mundane or very like something we ask people, but we don't really dive into it. So what are things we can do like that we can actually do? Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's out of my control. Like what's going on, externally in politics out of my control. But how do we gain control? How can we make positive change in our everyday interaction with people?
I feel like there's so many different answers to this question. I'm gonna keep it simple and just say that the the energy you put out, expect to receive it back. And if there's energy that people want to extend upon you, make sure you understand where your barriers are, because energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. So we have so much energy residing within us. We choose to withhold it, and we choose to give it. And we choose to pass it as we see fit. But a lot of us don't know how to control that energy. We let the emotions become the driver and to steer that energy and where it's going. In turn, we often give people the wrong idea and give people the wrong vibe about us. That's something I've been spending years trying to get better at: first impressions and making friends and making sure that when I leave someone with a good taste in their mouth about me. And that's important. And I think
Yeah, for sure.
as long as we can, as long as we can move every day with that feeling of I'm gonna give someone the energy I respect to receive back. I expect to receive back. Um, I think that it can help so much because if you have a positive outlook within your life, you can only give that to others. You're not gonna give someone uh you're not gonna make someone have a bad day if you had a good day. Why would you do that? That's
Yeah,
evil.
yeah.
so
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
so I think we all need to practice that more. Being able to say, look, I know what I'm going through right now may be tough on me, but I don't know what that other person went through today. And I'm gonna prioritize making sure that I don't worsen their day. Um, if we can all kind of have that on a day-to-day basis, very tough to do because we're human, and we've been conditioned to have certain emotions and reactions to things. But if we can do that, I think one day at a time we can improve the interpersonal relationships between us, and we can all uh make this life just a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure.
Then that's
I
just
agree with
one
that
of the
100.
so many different
That's just
answers
like
we can get. But yeah.
That was a good one. I like that answer. It's a good one. It got right to the point. We're gonna go and take a musical break. I'm gonna go and play the track called Kiwi by Ajani Jones.
One time, you and I, OPs with the fries, lemon, pepper, freaky girl, roll weed, that's all. Won't you come around and give me some? Won't you give a kiss, you want the sun? Ways you love to chase the run and blaze the game, never caught you slipping, hun. Go ghost at the function, you don't like niggas' assumptions, you gon' go juke at the front end, you gon' turn nothing to something. The diamonds, the gold, the flames, the clothes, the highs, the lows, you find alone. Never can get a friend. Level 10, hell of them heaven sent. Reverent, a lot of gold, a lot of sins. Hold my hand to the end, it begins. Brought a friend, she a gold, she a 10. Pay no offense, Tom Sawyer Huckle fit. With them, London Bridge falling in. Let's ride her away. Girl, why you take my soul? Girl, why you take my soul? Girl, why you take my soul? Girl, why you take my... La Cienega, Scorpio, finish him, but she so bad when I land, I'm Gilligan. Nene got that good, she no easy. So low when she so strong, she don't need me. Bozos on the old phone being sleazy. We just watch ballers in the kiwi. Smoke blunts on my shoulder like she Riri. Let's get away. Go ghost at the function, you don't like niggas' assumptions, you gon' go juke at the front end, you gon' turn nothing to something. The diamonds, the gold, the flames, the clothes, the highs, the lows, you find alone. The diamonds, the gold, the flames, the clothes, the highs, the lows, you find alone. Girl, why you take my soul? Girl, why you take my soul? Girl, why you take my soul? Girl, why you take my... Girl, why you take my soul? Girl, why you take my soul? Girl, why you take my soul? Girl, why you take my...
You're listening to 99.1 FM Downtown Radio, the antidote to corporate radio. You're now tuned to SpeakerBox X, Subterranean Hip Hop in Effect with your host V-Riv. We just played the track called Kiwi by Ajani Jones. We've been chopping it up with him. Let's keep diving into the mind of Ajani Jones. So we're almost at the tail end of the interview, but how can people support you? And also, are you working on any projects at the moment right now?
Yeah, people can support me. Go to my Instagram, Twitter, all of it's the same handle. Ajani's Way, that's AJANISWAY, Ajani's Way. I also have a website. It's JohnnyJones.com. You can go check it out. That's where all my music is. That's where all the merch is at. And I have my videos there as well. So you can find everything there. And yeah, I'm working on an album right now. I'm not going to give the name out yet, but I'm working on an album and it will be released in 2021. And I'm super excited about it.
Can you tell us a little about it? A little bit about the album? A little bit? I'm not asking for much.
So the album touches on the feeling that this year all gave us. The feeling where you feel so many emotions. You feel overwhelmed by them to a certain degree where you don't feel anything. That's how I felt at one point this year. It also touches on being self-aware, being aware of how you feel, being able to be honest about it to the people around you. Those things can help you get help. It can also help you move past the things that you've been having trouble with, because whether we know it or not, we all use the people in our lives as therapy. But we just don't pay them $400 an hour to do it. Is just giving them a piece of us, and hopefully they can help a little bit at a time. So that's the most I can give without kind of going super deep into it. But
Okay, cool. So what are your words of wisdom for someone who wants to pursue a career in what you're doing? So what advice would you give to any rookie trying to pursue a career in what you do?
I would say 3 things, just to keep it short. Put your 10,000 hours in. So, I mean, literally spend 10,000 hours doing it. You might be successful on your 1,000th hour. You might be successful on your 10th hour, but continue to put the 10,000 hours in. Once you put 10,000 hours in, you will have become a master at what you do. Even if you're successful at it before then, doesn't matter. Put 10,000 hours in. The second thing I would say, treat the people on your team with respect and tell them thank you and tell them that you appreciate what they do. You can't do it alone. You will not do it alone. So treat the people that are sacrificing what they want to do to help you, treat them with respect. And they'll do whatever they can for you. They'll put their lives on the line for you. I guarantee you that, because that's testament of my team. And I would say the third thing is, when it starts to feel like a job, take a step back and reflect on what made you happy about, what made you love to do it, what gave you the passion to do it, and find it again. And once you find it again, you'll probably make the best music you ever made.
Beautiful. That's nice. Nicely put. No, for sure. Okay, so it's been a pleasure having you on SpeakerBox X, Ajani Jones. We definitely chopped it up. We definitely got to dive into your mind and learn more about you, which is what SpeakerBox strives to do. Is every artist, we want to like dive into who they are. You know, who are they behind the scenes? You know what I mean? Like, what do you listen to? What do you? I mean, what goes on behind the scenes? So thank you for giving us that opportunity to be able to see who you are behind the scenes.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so have a good one, Ajani. I'll talk to you later. But yeah, I can't wait till the next album drops, and when it does, you know, I'm gonna be on that.
Yeah, we're gonna chop
You're
it up
super
again
talented.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, have a good one. Peace.
You too.
Bounce. 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 Everybody wanna get this cash. Everybody in the back for the fam get high. Everybody wanna get this jag. And the wild doing style for the fam in and out. Anybody gonna live this fast? Not worry, some of it little Mike, like Curry. Never thought that I would have an attorney. Running around with the pack and I worry. BDBs on my head, I've been sleeping. Dreaming out loud on my shot really beaming. Shorty came back and she know I don't need her. I'm laying coffins, think I be with FEMA. Revenge of the slave, revenge of the dreamers. Tinted the blade, but I am not feeble. Go ahead, just go Billie Jean. Love for your smile, remind me of Gina. Go ahead, feel abrasive. Sick of working this gray shift. Still really getting late. I'ma come back to my spaceship. And why I see these dead faces? Falling out of my payslip. I might cause a records if you sick. Cause y'all can't touch my vibration. I'm trying to get my soul right for my whole life. No Frank, we don't fold like this a whole trap. Take you there, I got intuition. I say at times when I get the piston. Never feeling if I'm still existing. Got a lot of demons, but I'm never tripping.
Manifest, manifest for the win. I'm like manifest, manifest for the win. I'm like manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything. Like me, you can never be static. It don't never be. If it's she to get to me, manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything. Like me, you can never be static. It don't never be. If it's she be to get to me, manifest everything. Hold up, this that 142. 79 and normal true. CICS folks a droop. Max was by the CSU. Thornton Harvey, what the crew. Riverdale to Ingle 2. Do Sabo and Brooks to shoot. Hope the city down, I do. Niggas on my block ain't there no more. I don't wonder why. I just know that I'm coming home for my brother like he special like. He gon' change the world if he feel it's right. Don't fear the night. You got angels round and you here for rights. Go shake it like a spider bitch. One of a kind white tiger issue. On my line I got fines to miss you. On me I'm like Yoshi missile. On God I can never fake it. Sell your soul and you die to make it. Law of attraction I gotta make it. Cause everybody rapping it's time to base it. I told myself that I'm the best. I believe that ish. Give the grip. It's a marathon and you bound to slip. Just know it's lit. Easy does it. I don't care about the repercussions. Obama and this shit a reaper coming. Obama gon' hear you, my people coming.
Manifest, manifest for the win. I'm like manifest, manifest for the win. I'm like manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything.
Manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything. Like me, you can never be. Static don't never be. It should be the death to me. Manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything, manifest everything. Like me, you can never be. Static shall never be. This should be the death of me. Manifest everything.